Welcome back, everyone. We were gonna do a movie review this week, but some stuff happened. I ended up getting invited to the theatrical Collider screening premiere of Battle at Big Rock.
There was an audible in the play.
And so I ended up going to that. And so this is actually going to be kind of interesting. It's going to be an episode where our first half is dedicated to general news, and then our second half, instead of doing movie story, is going to be talking about
we're talking
Jurassic.
all news this episode.
Yeah.
And that's also why this is coming a few days late, because normally we would post this on a Thursday, but we're recording this like late Thursday night.
Because I just got back yesterday night. And so from the premiere. And so we're just going to hop on that. So yeah, the second half will be a Jurassic episode. Hence the T-Rex, hence the poster. And we'll get into some cool stuff there. But first, do you want to kick us off with our first
Yes, I do. So it was just officially announced / confirmed from Disney executives that Kevin Feige is going to be heading a Star Wars film. And like, we don't know anything else about it. I think it's really funny because one of the like BS excuses that Disney came up with to try and cover up the fact that they botched the Spider-Man deal was they said, well, Kevin Feige is too busy to do Spider-Man, but he can do Star Wars.
An entire new Star Wars
like an entire new Star Wars movie. He can just head that. So I think that's a pretty interesting thing. But right now the rumors are that he is going to be, because he's going to be producing. He's not going to be like directing or writing. Like that. Yeah. But similar to how he's kind of like your creative producer over the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that he's going to do that for a Star Wars movie. And the rumor is that he's going to be doing that over Rian Johnson's trilogy that Rian Johnson is doing, which is great because that means Rian Johnson isn't just left unchecked for the Star Wars trilogy, but Kevin
he has
Feige
that strong Feige hand around his throat.
Yeah, exactly. Like that firm. What is it? That firm, the grip that grabs your throat is the hand that you want on the wheel. Yeah, that's the one. So Kevin Feige's heading up Star Wars. Nothing like anytime soon, but that's like always good news because he knows what he's doing as a filmmaker. So
he's one of the reasons that Marvel has made it so big.
Yep.
Okay, and then next up. Tom Welling is returning as Superman, this is for Crisis on Infinite Earths, right?
Yes.
For the CW stuff.
So
let you
good.
Go off about this.
We're going to have 3 Supermans in Crisis on Infinite Earths. We got Tyler Hoechlin, we've got Brandon Routh, and Tom Welling. I am so excited to see Tom Welling in the Superman costume, like decked out as Superman. As Superman. Yeah. And what's going to be interesting, though, in what's kind of funny, is that it's confirmed that Brandon Routh Superman is going. I can't remember if it's confirmed or heavily rumored that he's going to be Kingdom Come Superman, which is like a certain not bad, but he comes from a different like string in the multiverse or whatever. That's like a different Superman origin story and stuff.
I thought Kingdom Come was like the evil communist.
That's it. No, that's Red Sun.
Red Sun.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
But it's interesting because Tom Welling's Superman, it's not confirmed, but it's rumored that he is the Brandon Routh Superman, that he's like the young version, because at the end of Smallville, when he pulls open his shirt, it's Brandon Routh's costume. And so it's going to be funny because Tom Welling, if he's in that costume, is going to be playing Brandon Routh Superman, and Brandon Routh will be playing a different Superman. So I'm so excited. Like, this is way better than any DC movie news we've gotten in the past forever. Like, this is so great. So I'm so
like
excited.
This more than the
not more than Joker, but much more than the Birds of Prey
poster.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, yeah, exciting stuff. Also, apparently there are rumors that Kevin Conroy isn't going to be the only Batman as well. So that's
Jeffrey Dean Morgan is Flashpoint Batman. Please,
that'd be so cool. So cool.
Please. Okay.
And then, do you want to take the next one?
Yeah, I do. So, John Krasinski just tweeted an image. They just wrapped production on A Quiet Place 2.
And it's the same set, which is interesting.
Yeah, the same bridge from the beginning of the first film.
Where their little kid gets iced in the first 5 minutes. It looks like it is true that he's probably not going to be returning, which makes sense because he got mauled. But,
I was like, because he's dead.
Like, even in flashbacks, he probably won't return, it looks like. Yeah. Because you see him and Emily Blunt walking down the bridge holding hands, and she's in, like, Quiet Place outfits, and he's wearing, like, regular clothes.
Regular clothes. So, but John Krasinski helming another Quiet Place movie. I'm happy. I'm excited. It's pretty soon for like just wrapping production.
I was shocked.
It comes out in March. Like normally now is when I would expect a trailer, if anything. Mm-hmm. I mean, mind you, if they've wrapped production, we probably will get one soon. But like I would have expected a trailer around this time, and then they're like, "Oh no, we just finished like principal production." So now they're just barely going into post. So
I'm excited for this one because this movie was sort of that thing where it meant a lot to the deaf community. A lot of ASL representation in there. I have met the deaf girl from it, and just because she actually used to live here in Utah.
Really?
Yeah, and so she went to JMS, which is the deaf school here in Utah, and I used to go there, and so.
And it's a fantastic. It's
an amazing movie.
So good.
So good. Next up, Ghost Rider was canceled, and the rumors. So the rumor mill says that it's because they said this is Ghost Rider. He's a more adult character. We want to make this more adult, and so sort of the Hulu version of like TVMA. And Disney went like that and put a fast ice to that. And so, and the reason I believe this is because this has been a pretty heavy-handed thing with Disney. Whenever someone tries to make something a little more adult or a little more mature, or kind of tries to push the boundaries, they fire them and cancel it.
Which is why we never got Star Wars 1313.
And it's also why the directors of Solo were fired, and then the new ones came on and were fired, and then the movie was finished by Ron Howard.
Got Kathleen Kennedy's lapdog.
And then it's the reason Colin Trevorrow was left the Star Wars project, because basically like Disney was just breathing down his throat and not letting him do his own ideas, and so Colin Trevorrow basically was like bye and left. And so I absolutely believe that that's why Ghost Rider got canceled.
Which I don't understand, because like I thought that was the whole purpose of it being on Hulu.
Is that could be more mature?
It's not on Disney Plus because it's going to be more mature, and then it's going to be more mature, and Disney's like, nuh-uh. And it's like, but I understand, like Disney Plus, they've said they're not putting any mature content on there, and I get that. But like all of the Netflix Marvel series were made when Disney owned Marvel, like Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, The Defenders, The Punisher. That's all under Disney. So why? Yeah. Anyways, I'm sad, but
we're moving on to something happy.
Batman's 80th birthday was this week. It was super cool. They like all major cities around the world like put up a bat signal.
It was really awesome.
It was awesome.
A bunch of people used it as a tribute to Adam West as well. It was really cool.
Really, really sweet. Like it wasn't anything like super crazy news wise. Actually, we after like 2014 was when that came out, or 2015 when Batman Arkham Knight came out. So it's been like 5 years, and we've had like dead silence on like what's going on. They've said that these games are in development, and we got like cryptic teasers hidden in the bat signals for a new Batman Arkham game.
Cool.
Which is awesome. Like if you like freeze frame it, it had like the rumors that it's the Court of Owls and stuff. So that's awesome. We're probably going to get a new Batman game. So I mean, not movie news, but I'm way excited.
And I mean, we don't just focus on movie news.
Yeah, that's true.
We've been on Disney Plus for like 8 weeks now.
And then we moved on to Apple Plus, and then we moved on to Peacock. Yes.
And none of those are movies. Those are just frustrating streaming services. So that brings us on to our top 3 clickbaits of the week that you have to hear to believe, not clickbait. So if it's cool, I'll kick us off.
Go on then.
Star Wars is Arian Johnson.
Ryan. Sorry, I put they.
Ryan Johnson. That makes a lot more sense. I was like, who is Arian Johnson? Ryan Johnson. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, he's a big and controversial name. Fun. Ryan Johnson gives an update on when his new trilogy will begin production. And do you want to hear the update?
Yes, please.
The update is he doesn't have an update for us. So his update is...
I think that's literally false advertising. It says gives an update, and then the words he says is I have no update.
Yeah. Ridiculous. So, oh man, clickbait's bad.
Yeah, alright, this one's my favorite because the rumor has been bouncing around the internet for some stupid reason that Robert Downey Jr. is going to appear in Black Widow in some kind of cameo appearance. So somebody said, if Iron Man is in Black Widow, does that mean he's a Skrull? I want to just take a second to think about that, because some fool who was writing this article was thinking like, man, Iron Man's dead. How are they going to bring him back? Oh, I bet you he's a Skrull and it's not really Iron Man. This is a prequel. Are you kidding me? Like,
He can
it's
appear in it,
like
yeah.
it's just Iron Man. Captain America can be in it, and he's a billion years old. Like, it doesn't
He's a
matter
freaking
now.
fossil now.
And whoever wrote this article is obviously baiting the click, but I just like in my heart to think that they're
It was just
dumb.
a real
Just
stupid
that they're
person.
real dumb. Yeah.
Okay, and last one. This is a really good one. All right, this one has some drama behind it. Deadpool's Ryan Reynolds talks trash to Karen Gillan at the behest of the Avengers Endgame directors, the Russos. So basically, it says that the Russos told Ryan Reynolds, you need to like trash talk
You need to
Karen
go,
Gillan.
You need to go make her
Yeah.
feel small. You make
Yeah.
her feel bad.
And we really want to start up a feud. And here's the thing. It was for their fantasy football league, which the Russos are running for a charity organization. It's a charity organization, fantasy football thing, and all the stars are in it. Chris Pratt, Chris Evans, Karen Gillan, Ryan Reynolds. Like, it's got a big roster. And to help spice it up and encourage things, they're all posting trash talk videos.
Yeah.
And so Karen Gillan did one back at Ryan Reynolds where she like burns a Spider-Man figurine because she thought he played Spider-Man, and so it like ended up kind of burning like Tom Holland as well. And the video's hilarious, but like it's not even about Marvel at all.
No, nothing to do with it. And like the I guess we can't really show the thumbnail in it, and like when we're talking about it on a podcast, but like the thumbnail for this article is ridiculous. It's like a thumbnail of like a fan art type thing of like Deadpool facing off with Nebula, and it's like, why?
So yeah, that rounds us out for our top 3 clickbait articles of the week. You have to hear to believe. Mm-hmm. And I guess that moves us on to the huge news week that has been Jurassic. Because we've got a lot of stuff that they just unloaded all at once.
Ethan's got so much. The exclusive scoop.
Yeah, I've got the scoop on it. I'm like that annoying girl from Detective Pikachu. I've got a nose for a story, and I sound like I'm from a completely different movie.
There we go.
So, yeah. Coming up next, our Jurassic news drop and the implications of what it means for the future of the Jurassic World franchise. It has been a big week for Jurassic news. I mean, already, just like a little bit over a week ago, we got Battle at Big Rock. Mm-hmm. Very cool stuff. And along with that came a whole bunch of lore building and all that stuff. And then we got the Battle at Big Rock theatrical premiere recently. And because I got to be a concept artist for it and design the Alice, I got to majorly contribute to the Allosaurus' skull design. I got an invite as a VIP
to the red carpet premiere of the Battle at Big Rock in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Like he flew out to
LA through
like,
Collider. Yes.
So
pretty exciting stuff. I got to see, and a lot of since there was one really big announcement, which we'll handle last from all this.
We want to talk about the stuff that you haven't heard.
Yes, exactly, because I kind of have the exclusive scoop. I have a full audio recording of the whole thing, so I'm sure we'll put segments so you can hear what I'm talking about. But
yeah, just because like obviously there is a Jurassic World 3 news that's going around the internet right now that everyone has heard about, but there is a lot more,
and we will get to that. But there is an entire I mean I have a full notes page that's just full of the other stuff that was talked about, confirmed, hinted at, implied, all that stuff through Colin Trevorrow and Emily Carmichael and a little bit from Amy Doherty.
And nobody's talking about it, so you get to hear it here.
Exclusive. Yep. All right. So let's dive in. First one, kind of building off of what we talked about during our Battle at Big Rock review. Colin and company, and I personally asked this question. I have a recording of me asking this question to Colin. Colin and company, and all the Universal team, have considered a Jurassic World anthology series focused around self-contained stories that are kind of based within the larger universe, but are still kind of independent and don't really affect the larger universe, are just kind of showing other aspects of this changed world with dinosaurs roaming free.
More of your Battle at Big Rock, a Jurassic
style
World
stuff.
story.
Exactly. And so they have considered it and they have talked about it, especially after the reception that Battle at Big Rock got, because Battle at Big Rock's reception so far has been overwhelmingly positive. And so they are talking about it. They have thought of it. The idea is in their head, but nothing has been greenlit, confirmed, or fully talked out. So it's still just a concept at this point.
But it's a very possible thing, and
yes.
The success of Battle at Big Rock has it makes the talks a lot more serious.
And he did immediately bring up Camp Cretaceous, so I think another big test is going to be how Camp Cretaceous does, and see like if people like that, do they want more Jurassic TV stuff? And I think that's going to be kind of the final like, okay, they do. Let's move forward with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So. That's that. Also, this is another one I personally confirmed with Colin in my talk with him afterwards at this sort of like little after party thing where we all just kind of hung out in the theater and got to talk and all that stuff. T-Rex is confirmed to make a return in the next one, which is kind of to be assumed. But, I mean, still, it's an iconic animal. It's synonymous with the franchise. It's on that poster. It's on our desk.
Yeah, true.
And the Jurassic T-Rex is like one of the most favorite movie creatures of all time.
Yes.
One of the most famous movie creatures of all time, I mean. And so, he did confirm T-Rex is going to make a return. His exact quote, I believe, I have it written in my phone, but I believe his exact quote was, I said, so can we expect T-Rex to be back in this? And he said, I mean, it's T-Rex. I can't disappoint you guys. And he said, it's the T-Rex. So he said, it's the T-Rex. I can't disappoint you guys. So that implies that it may be also the same T-Rex that we've seen in Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, and Fallen Kingdom.
Which would make sense.
Yes, because she did get released at the end of Fallen Kingdom and roared at a lion. So... so it would make sense.
Has really cool implications with the news we'll talk about later as well. Like thinking about like we'll talk about that, right? We'll talk
all right.
later.
Do you mean the like final news?
Yeah, the final thing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
There's
okay.
some really cool implications. With that.
Yes, and so yeah, it's most likely going to be that same T-Rex, but at least T-Rex in general is coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, this is one that you may find interesting. Colin Trevorrow confirms that the 2-to-1 aspect ratio for the film is going to return for Jurassic World 3. Colin Trevorrow was actually the first person to use this aspect ratio in Jurassic World. And it's become a pretty popular aspect ratio. A lot of the HBO, Netflix series have started using it. And even, I believe, one of the Star Wars movies has used it.
Yeah. And
so Colin Trevorrow kind of spearheaded this, and it's kind of a signature now. And it is going to come back for Jurassic World 3.
Yeah, and because the 2-to-1 aspect ratio is probably your closest thing that you'll get to IMAX. Mm-hmm. Because like I can't remember IMAX's exact aspect ratio, but what I love about with this especially is that Colin Trevorrow brought back full screen rather than widescreen. Mm-hmm. Because yes, widescreen.
Than the letterbox.
Yeah, like because widescreen, people get this idea of like, oh, well, you see more because it's wider. Well, no, just take that shot and then go, and then you see even more, which is what IMAX was. And so, like,
this is the closest you get to IMAX without.
Yeah, Colin Trevorrow has brought it to like normal cinema that you don't have to have like this IMAX movie to be able to see
this widescreen. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And it is going to be using film, so it's not just going to be digital.
Yes!
It's actual authentic film. Jurassic World 3 is going to be actual authentic film.
I think that, like, I know that's not a big deal, but for some reason that just makes, like...
It's kind of true to original core cinema.
Color just comes across so much
it's
better.
It's a lot warmer, I feel like.
Like, you can make the nicest, like, sensor that can just capture the craziest things, but it just doesn't have the same feel as film. Mm-hmm. And, like Star Wars, for example, if you compare The Force Awakens to The Last Jedi... The Last Jedi was shot completely digital. The Force Awakens was shot on film. And you can just tell. It just looks so much nicer on film. So, excited about that. Were the other two?
Jurassic World was not. Fallen Kingdom was.
Okay.
Jurassic World was digital. Fallen Kingdom was film. Yeah. It was actually kind of a push. Jurassic World was meant to be filmed on film. But Universal made some IMAX deal, something like that.
Gotcha.
And so it was shot digitally. And so Colin Trevorrow really wanted to push for film in this one. Next up, some really exciting stuff. More shorts and smaller Jurassic content, similar to Battle at Big Rock, is already being planned And small snippets, similar to the end credits of Battle at Big Rock, is already in production. Because if you don't know, at the end credits of Battle at Big Rock, we get those cool, like, 5-second scenes of just dinosaurs kind of populating the world and people just catching them on film because it's just like modern animals.
Yeah.
They're starting to appear. And so, and those are all actually just stock videos with the dinosaurs CGI'd in. They weren't filmed specifically for Jurassic. And so they were all stock videos and bought off of YouTube.
And you said that they made those like a week before the release.
They made it very, like, close to a week before the release of Battle at Big Rock. Yeah. And so it was very, very close. And he made like 5 of them. And just in that short of amount of time. And they look great.
Yeah.
And so Colin Trevorrow mentioned that he realized that you can put this out really cheap and really fast. And he thinks it's a great way to start building hype for Jurassic World.
So everybody
3.
Follow Colin Trevorrow on Instagram.
Yeah, on it. Well, he is not active on Instagram, but he does have a Twitter. Follow him on Twitter.
Okay.
And so, but yeah, so they're just gonna start putting that out. He loved that because it gets you hyped, gives you a feel for what Jurassic World 3 is gonna look like, but it doesn't spoil anything about it.
And I think I almost appreciate that more than a trailer because like. Trailers nowadays do show a lot. Like, for example, I think like the Fallen Kingdom trailers showed a lot.
They did.
And like, but then of a more recent note, the 6 teasers we got on Todd Phillips' Instagram for Joker are awesome. And it's just one-shot things. It gives you perspective into the movie with having no context.
Exactly.
And I think that these are like, if Colin Trevorrow can give us lots of these,
and Colin Trevorrow is famously kind of resentful towards trailers and stuff because he feels like they ruined a lot of Jurassic World and spoiled it, and they spoiled a lot of Fallen Kingdom. Mm-hmm. And so he has spoken that, but he has no control over that sort of thing. So he's spoken out a lot about it. And so he's excited to try and go that route. And then, yes, there are most likely more short films coming up, and they're being planned right now. Colin said that Jurassic World 3 will deeply explore this new world and how it's been changed by the everyday presence of these animals. And this kind of went in conjunction with my question about the anthology series, because I mentioned how everyone wants to see, this new world and as it was changed. And so it will kind of do a deep dive into how everyone is just getting, like, royally screwed by this. Like, it's how life is just more dangerous for people nowadays in this world where dinosaurs are sort of running into people at the same rate the wild animals are. And it's becoming an issue. And so it will do a deep dive into that. Really exciting. It was confirmed that Colin and Emily do have ideas of what happened up north. Because in Battle at Big Rock, you hear Mariana, the mom, in the short say, you remember what we need to be careful. You remember what happened up north. Yeah. And they so just somebody just
asked, like, what
someone
is that?
Said, what are we ever going to find out? What is it?
North?
And he said they do have ideas of what happened up north, but they're leaving it ambiguous and up to imagination purposefully because he likes the idea of just incidents just kind of being commonplace nowadays and building this bigger world. This one's small, but Ankylosaurus is Colin Trevorrow's favorite dinosaur. It's the armored one with the club tail.
Okay.
And I find that really interesting because he had it just get wrecked by the Indominus in Jurassic World. But that is his favorite dinosaur, so we can probably expect that as a returner in Jurassic World 3. Jurassic World 3 will have a higher focus on accuracy and true to paleontology designs. And so he is pushing that really heavily. He has actually, and he told me, I'm not sure I'm allowed to say the name of this person, so I won't say it. But he has told me that he has gotten a new paleontological advisor for it instead of Jack Horner. Because Jack Horner, I'm in the paleo community. His stuff is outdated.
Well, I mean, you had to fix his stuff for the Battle of Big Rock. So.
And so his stuff is outdated and it's rough. And the new paleontology advisor they have is on the cutting edge. He's a really cool guy. I've met him. And he's a great pick. So I'm really excited. And they're going to follow more in the vein of finding that kind of blend between the aesthetic of what is a Jurassic Park dinosaur and how can we match that with scientific accuracy and walk that line. And so it has been hinted that a lot of the new species will have feathers as well.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's cool. That's going to be coming
I think we'll get a feathered raptor finally.
I think we will too, which would be so cool. If you design those guys right, feathered raptors are just as scary as the scaly ones. And Colin has admitted that not only are new dinosaur species going to be in it, he has also had other prehistoric reptiles in mind. And so he has said a lot of new dinosaur species are going to be in this, especially since the technology is now open source and people can just make them now. And so a lot of new species are going to be in it. A lot of new dinosaurs, and on top of that, we may even get some other stuff like new pterosaurs, like Pteranodon. Quetzalcoatlus has been the largest flying animal to ever live, 18 feet tall when it was standing, 40-foot wingspan. That has been like hinted within the franchise for a while now, since Jurassic Park days. And we may actually get, and I'm really excited because he used the wording prehistoric reptiles. So I'm thinking we may even get a prehistoric crocodilian, like the giant 45-foot long crocs, or Caprisuchus, who had these like gnarly boar teeth and stuff like that.
Sweet.
So cool stuff like that. And then lastly, within our last 5 minutes here, the original Trinity is coming back, and I have a video where I'm like front row, face to face with Laura Dern, and she comes out as this big surprise. Because she wasn't supposed to be at the event. It was a like complete just bomb dropped on us. And she announces that not only is she coming back for Jurassic World 3 as Dr. Ellie Sattler, but Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum are coming back as Dr. Alan Grant and Dr. Ian Malcolm, respectively, in major roles, not just cameos. Colin Trevorrow very specifically said they are not cameos. They are major starring roles.
Dinosaurs. I love that you love them like we do. And if it's not asking too much, if I'm going to get to join this party again, I would hate to not bring my friends Sam Neill and Jeff Is that okay with you?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it, guys. You heard it first.
So you were the first to hear this, that Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum and Laura Dern are returning in major roles in Jurassic World 3. Thank you guys for coming tonight. You are the hardcore fans. I love you very much. Thank you. We'll see you in a year and a half.
See you guys.
So that means they're going to be credited on the same level as Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt.
So you're like your
core
cast,
elements.
when you're running the credits, it's going to be like Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard,
Laura Dern, Sam Neill,
and
Jeff Goldblum. Like that's going to be the ranking.
the order of it.
So it's going to be like Han Solo in Force Awakens. And so
if anything, they're getting it more right than Star Wars, because we never got the three together in Star Wars. They're all separate. So like you're getting the original three back together.
Not only are we
Jurassic
getting the
World.
original three, they're meeting and they're getting finally back together after by the time Jurassic World 3 comes out, it will have been nearly 30 years since all three of them were together.
Yeah.
And mind-blowing. That is
awesome.
so cool.
They've aged really well.
They have. All three of them look really
yeah,
good.
really well.
And
because it's not like you're Carrie Fisher where they had to pump her face full of Botox for The Force Awakens. Like, they look really good.
They look really good.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're all coming back. And finally, we're going to see them interact with the new cast.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really excited to see Alan Grant interact with Owen. Because Alan Grant fears and respects raptors more than any other animal alive.
And
Owen trains them. And has one, like, as a daughter. And so, seeing him I can see him either being like, I don't like you. I don't agree with any of your ideology. I don't like any of this. This is a bad idea.
Or he's just going to be so blown away.
Or, like, yeah, it's going to be like, Owen's going to, like, pet Blue, and Grant's going to be like, you trained raptors? You know, kind of this impressed thing. And so I'm so excited to see all those new interactions.
So what I'm excited to see, going back to what I said earlier about, like, cool implications with the original T-Rex, like, appearing in the film. How cool is it going to be? Like, there's going to be a moment where Dr. Alan Grant is going to recognize the T-Rex.
The T-Rex,
like,
yes.
going to recognize it.
I thought about the same
He's going to
thing.
see the T-Rex.
All three of them had interactions
like,
with the T-Rex.
How cool would it be if we get, like, your nostalgia moment where they're out in the rain and you get the... And then they see
Grant just freezes.
And then, like,
he
they knows exactly what it is, and then sees the T-Rex for the first time in like 30 years.
Dude,
it's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be so good, and the same T-Rex too, which would make it just elevated.
Oh yeah,
because like it's almost gonna be like you, like you know, like I didn't even think about how cool it would be to have the foot ripple, the footstep ripple, like because like I would love to see Malcolm, Sadler, and Grant all of a sudden. Like, because Owen and Claire have interacted with the T-Rex, but I don't think they've never seen like the ripples and stuff, so they wouldn't know what that means. So I would love if they're all 5 of them are like out in the woods, and all of a sudden they just see like, and Grant, Sadler, and Malcolm are like, run.
And Owen and Claire are like, what's going on?
Yeah, and all of a sudden just boom, through the trees and the T-Rex, and Grant just freezes and is like, you know?
Yeah.
And so
it'll be good.
That is all really exciting, and I like the idea. This feels, a lot of people have said like, oh, they're out of ideas, they're bringing back the original Trinity, which I strongly disagree with. I actually think that this is the perfect time. If you're going to bring it back, this is the time.
Yeah, it fits in the story.
There's no way any of them would go back to the island. Even though Jurassic World was safe for 10 years, they all have like severe PTSD and stuff.
Yeah, well, and it's also that idea of like, okay, so dinosaurs are in the real world now, and everyone knows that. It's not like they're just going to sit there and like...
Yeah,
like if they aren't experts in this movie, people would say, "Well, where's Alan Grant? Why isn't he helping?" So it's the right time.
Exactly. It's the perfect time because now they're like, things have gone too far, and these are the only people. Alan Grant and Ellie Sadler are on the cutting edge of the paleontology field in this universe, and all 3 of them are the only 3 besides Owen and Claire that have like authentic experience with this. So it's the perfect time to bring them all back. So, big news week, really exciting stuff coming up for Jurassic. Jurassic World 3 is turning out to already possibly be my favorite of the sequels, and I haven't even seen the movie yet.
Yeah.
And so, it's exactly where I've wanted Jurassic to go for years. With,
I think it's going to give us more nostalgia than any of the other 2 have. Yeah.
And, I mean, I've always wanted dinosaurs on the mainland, ever since the San Diego scene in The Lost World. We're getting that, and we're getting the T-Rex, and we're getting the original Trinity back all together, and we're seeing them interact with the new cast. It's going to be great. I'm so excited. So that rounds us out for the Jurassic World
News Week.
I am going to actually show off some of the stuff that I got at the thing, so we'll stop this recording and jump to that. But so that rounds out Jurassic News Week, and I guess we'll get into premiere stuff.
Premiere stuff.
Yeah.
I'm recording now, so whenever you want to show us your goods.
All right, so this is some of the stuff that I kind of accumulated at the premiere. So I'll probably start with this guy first. This is my ticket. It's the Golden VIP premiere ticket. You can see I was in row A. That's the front row. Really cool stuff. Yeah, it was good stuff. And so I was right up close with Laura Dern, with Colin Trevorrow, whole 9 yards. You can see it in the videos I'm sure we'll add in throughout the cast. And so, really cool stuff. I love this. I'm probably going to laminate it and like hang it somewhere in
keep
my
it
office.
Forever.
Yes. Next up, now this one we are planning a full like story time style video.
So you only get some of the context now.
So you only get some of the context now. But this is a label that was taken by me illegally off of the set of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And we'll do a full story time on that here in a bit. But this is a label for the dolly that held up the IMAX camera. And that's why it's labeled Tractor right there. And this is the production title for Fallen Kingdom, back when it was, a secret what the actual title was, and they didn't want anyone to know where they were filming. And this is Chris Pratt's signature right there, which is awesome. This is Bryce Dallas Howard's with the little smiley face right there.
Very easily readable.
And then, yes, Bryce Dallas Howard. And then this is Colin Trevorrow's, and I just got his at the premiere. And so then that brings me to the next bit of coolness. Oh, I always open up the wrong side. I got this printed out right before I left, but this is my fan art poster for Battle at Big Rock. And I got it printed on really nice poster paper, and as you can see, we have the Allosaurus, the flip trailer, the Nasutoceratops, and it's an aerial view, Battle at Big Rock, do not feed the wildlife. And here the signatures are Emily Carmichael, the writer, Amy Doherty, the composer for the short, and Colin Trevorrow, obviously the director of Jurassic World, Battle at Big Rock, and Jurassic World 3, and he's the producer for them all and wrote quite a bit of them. So, yeah, really exciting stuff. I'm sure if it's cool with you if we can fit it in. That
Oh, yeah.
we can put in some photos I took at the
Hopefully
premiere.
we don't get copyright striked.
I can't imagine we will because I didn't really get anything that was, that could really be copyrighted. It's just me and the other people.
Yeah.
So I got some awesome photos of Laura Dern. I got some awesome video of it, some awesome audio recordings, and I got some photos with the entire production crew and, Colin Trevorrow and Amy Doherty and Emily Carmichael. So we'll put that up at the end, and I think that rounds us out.
Yeah, it was a great week for Ethan.
It was. What a week it's been. I'm still shaking, so excited. So really exciting stuff, and I think from me and Tyler, who's behind the camera right now,
Yep.
we and the T-Rex, we all say thank you for going with us beyond the cinema.
Make sure
hit that like button.
Like and subscribe.
Comment,
click the little notification bell.
Yep, and we love that bell. And we will see you next week. Thank
Have
you guys so
a good
much.
week.